Welcome to the Maldives. Imagine waking up in a villa floating above a crystal clear ocean, stepping onto your private deck, and diving straight into warm turquoise water. No traffic, no skyscrapers, no noise, only the sound of gentle waves and the endless horizon stretching in every direction. It almost feels too perfect to be real. This is a country where the ocean is not just part of the landscape. It is the landscape, a nation made up of more water than land. A place where tiny islands seem to float like pearls across the Indian Ocean. Welcome to the Maldives. To millions of travelers, the Maldives is the definition of paradise. Luxury overwater villas, white sandy beaches, crystal clear lagoons, colorful coral reefs, and some of the most breathtaking sunsets anywhere on Earth. Every year, visitors travel thousands of kilometers to experience what many consider the world's ultimate tropical destination. But behind these postcard-perfect views lies a country with an extraordinary story. A story that began more than 2,000 years ago. A story of fearless sailors who crossed the Indian Ocean guided only by the stars. A story shaped by ancient kingdoms, Arab traders, Buddhism, Islam, European colonial powers, and centuries of maritime trade. Today, the Maldives is one of the smallest countries on Earth. It consists of nearly 1,200 coral islands, grouped into 26 natural atolls, spread across almost 90,000 square kilometers of ocean. Yet despite occupying such a vast area of sea, less than 1% of the country's territory is land. Its population is only around 530,000 people in 2026. But its influence reaches far beyond its size. The Maldives is home to one of the richest marine ecosystems on the planet. It protects magnificent coral reefs, graceful manta rays, sea turtles, dolphins, and the world's largest fish, the whale shark. It is also one of the countries most vulnerable to climate change. With an average natural elevation of only about 1.5 meters above sea level, the Maldives faces a future unlike any other nation on Earth. So, how did these tiny islands become one of the world's most famous destinations? How did coral reefs create an entire nation? And can a country built only a few meters above the ocean survive the challenges of the future? In this documentary, we'll explore the incredible geography of the Maldives, dive beneath its turquoise waters, discover its fascinating history, experience its unique island culture, and uncover why this small nation continues to captivate millions of people around the world. Because sometimes, the smallest countries hide the greatest wonders. Welcome to the Maldives. As your plane slowly descends through the clouds, an unforgettable view appears beneath you. Instead of one large island, you see hundreds of tiny circles of brilliant turquoise surrounded by deep blue water. From the sky, they look like pearls scattered across the Indian Ocean. This is the Maldives. Located in the heart of the Indian Ocean, southwest of India and Sri Lanka, the Maldives stretches for nearly 870 kilometers from north to south. Although the country covers around 90,000 square kilometers, only about 300 square kilometers is land. More than 99% of the nation is ocean. The Maldives consists of nearly 1,200 coral islands, naturally grouped into 26 atolls. Around 200 islands are permanently inhabited, while more than 160 islands have been developed as tourist resorts. Many others remain completely untouched, where seabirds, turtles, and tropical vegetation still dominate the landscape. The capital city, Malé, is the heart of the nation. Despite covering only a few square kilometers, it is home to over a third of the country's population. Colorful streets, busy harbors, mosques, schools, and markets make Malé a sharp contrast to the peaceful resort islands scattered across the country. But perhaps the most fascinating part of the Maldives is how it was created. Millions of years ago, ancient underwater volcanoes rose from the floor of the Indian Ocean. Over thousands of years, coral reefs gradually grew around these volcanic foundations. As the volcanoes slowly sank beneath the sea, the coral continued growing upward towards sunlight, eventually forming the ring-shaped atolls we see today. This rare geological process created shallow lagoons filled with crystal clear water, soft white beaches made almost entirely from coral sand, and one of the richest marine environments anywhere on Earth. Yet the country's greatest beauty also brings its greatest challenge. With an average natural elevation of only about 1.5 meters above sea level, the Maldives is the lowest lying country on Earth. Its future will always depend on the ocean that created it. Long before the Maldives became one of the world's most luxurious holiday destinations, these islands were home to fearless sailors and ancient civilizations. Archaeological evidence suggests that people first settled the Maldives more than 2,500 years ago. Many historians believe the earliest settlers arrived from southern India and Sri Lanka, crossing the Indian Ocean in small wooden boats guided only by the stars and the winds. Because of its location in the middle of one of the world's busiest sea routes, the Maldives soon became an important stop for merchant ships traveling between East Africa, Arabia, India, and Southeast Asia. Traders brought not only goods, but also new ideas, languages, and religions. Before the 12th century, the islands were largely Buddhist. Ancient temples and archaeological remains discovered across several islands still remind us of this forgotten chapter in Maldivian history. Everything changed in 1153, when the Maldives officially embraced Islam. The conversion transformed the country's culture, traditions, architecture, and legal system. Since then, Islam has remained at the heart of Maldivian identity and continues to shape everyday life. Centuries later, European powers arrived in the Indian Ocean. The Portuguese briefly occupied the Maldives in the 16th century, but local resistance forced them to leave after only a few years. Later, the islands came under British protection in the 19th century while still maintaining their own local rulers. Finally, on July 26, 1965, the Maldives gained full independence from Britain. Just 3 years later, in 1968, the centuries-old sultanate was replaced by a republic, marking the beginning of a new era. Today, beneath the luxury resorts and turquoise waters lies a history shaped by ancient sailors, powerful kingdoms, international trade, and a people who have called these islands home for thousands of years. What truly makes the Maldives different from any other country is not its history. It is the way the country is built. Most nations are made of one large piece of land. The Maldives is made of hundreds. Nearly 1,200 islands, spread across 26 natural atolls, are scattered like tiny emeralds across the Indian Ocean. Some islands are home to local communities, others have become world-famous luxury resorts, while many remain completely untouched by humans. Every island has its own personality. Some are covered with dense coconut palms. Others are surrounded by endless white beaches and shallow turquoise lagoons. On certain islands, you can walk from one side to the other in less than 15 minutes. Yet together, these tiny islands create one of the world's most breathtaking countries. The atolls themselves are natural masterpieces. Seen from above, they form giant rings of coral surrounding calm blue lagoons. These reefs protect the islands from powerful ocean waves and provide a home for thousands of marine species. One of the most beautiful experiences in the Maldives is traveling between islands by speedboat or seaplane. From the air, every atoll looks different. Some resemble perfect circles. Others stretch across the ocean like giant necklaces made of coral and sand. As the sun reflects on the crystal clear water, the colors constantly change from deep navy blue to brilliant turquoise and emerald green. It is a view that few places on Earth can match. Perhaps that is why no matter how many photographs you see, nothing truly prepares you for the moment you witness the Maldives with your own eyes. At first glance, the Maldives may seem like a country of endless white beaches. But its true beauty goes far beyond soft sand and turquoise water. Every island is a small tropical world shaped by the ocean over thousands of years. Tall coconut palms bend gently in the warm sea breeze. Pandanus trees, tropical flowers, and dense coastal vegetation cover the islands with shades of green, creating a striking contrast against the bright blue sea. The beaches themselves are unlike those in most parts of the world. Instead of being formed mainly from rock or quartz, much of the sand in the Maldives comes from tiny fragments of coral skeletons and seashells that have been broken down by waves over countless generations. This is why the beaches appear incredibly white and remain surprisingly cool even under the tropical sun. The lagoons surrounding the islands are equally extraordinary. Their shallow waters are so clear that boats often seem to float in mid-air. From above, the ocean changes color every few hundred meters. Deep navy blue marks the open sea. Turquoise reveals shallow coral reefs. And brilliant emerald green surrounds the sandy lagoons protected by the atolls. Every sunrise paints the horizon with soft golden light. By afternoon, the tropical sun transforms the water into a mirror reflecting the sky. Then, as evening approaches, the entire landscape changes once again. Orange, pink, purple, and crimson colors spread across the horizon, creating sunsets that have made the Maldives famous around the world. But perhaps the island's most magical moment comes after nightfall. On several beaches, tiny marine organisms known as bioluminescent plankton begin to glow. Every wave that reaches the shore leaves behind thousands of sparkling blue lights. With each step across the wet sand, it feels as if stars are shining beneath your feet. It is one of the rarest and most unforgettable natural spectacles on Earth. This peaceful beauty is exactly why millions of people dream of visiting the Maldives at least once in their lifetime. Yet despite all of its breathtaking landscapes, the country's greatest wonder is still hidden beneath the surface of the ocean. The moment you dive beneath the surface of the Maldives, an entirely different world comes to life. A world filled with color, movement, and extraordinary biodiversity. The Maldives is home to one of the richest marine ecosystems on Earth. Its coral reefs support more than 2,000 species of fish and hundreds of other marine animals, making these waters one of the planet's greatest underwater treasures. The first thing you notice is the coral. Massive coral gardens stretch across the seafloor in every direction. Hard corals and soft corals create underwater landscapes filled with purple, yellow, orange, blue, and red. Tiny reef fish dart between the branches while sea anemones sway gently with the ocean currents. Schools of butterfly fish, angelfish, parrotfish, surgeonfish, and clownfish move together like living rainbows beneath the waves. But the Maldives is famous for something even more spectacular. Every year, hundreds of manta rays gather around cleaning stations scattered across the atolls. With wingspans reaching more than 5 meters, these gentle giants glide gracefully through the water as smaller fish clean parasites from their bodies. Watching them move is often described as watching birds fly beneath the sea. Then there is the ocean's largest fish, the whale shark. Despite growing to lengths of over 12 meters, whale sharks feed almost entirely on tiny plankton. Gentle and harmless to humans, they have become one of the Maldives' greatest natural attractions. Divers from around the world travel here hoping for the unforgettable experience of swimming beside one of these magnificent creatures. Sea turtles are another symbol of Maldivian waters. Green turtles and hawksbill turtles can often be seen feeding on seagrass or resting among coral reefs. Every nesting season, females return to sandy beaches to lay their eggs, continuing a life cycle that has existed for thousands of years. Reef sharks also patrol these waters. Blacktip reef sharks, whitetip reef sharks, nurse sharks, and grey reef sharks all play a vital role in keeping the ecosystem healthy. Although their appearance may seem intimidating, attacks on humans are extremely rare, and they are considered essential guardians of the reef. Beyond the reefs, pods of dolphins frequently race alongside boats, while during certain seasons, migrating whales pass through the deeper waters surrounding the islands. This extraordinary underwater world is why the Maldives is consistently ranked among the greatest diving destinations on Earth. Here, the ocean is not simply part of nature, it is the heart of the entire country. While the Maldives is famous for its luxury resorts, the real spirit of the country can be found far away from the private villas and tourist beaches. It lives in the local islands, where everyday life has changed little for generations. With a population of around 530,000 people, the Maldives is home to a close-knit island society. Most communities are small, where neighbors know one another by name and life moves at a slower pace than in many parts of the world. The official language is Divahi, one of the oldest living languages in South Asia. Written in its unique Thana script, the language reflects centuries of cultural influences from Arabia, India, Sri Lanka, and East Africa while maintaining its own distinct identity. The Maldives officially embraced Islam in 1153, and today it remains the foundation of the country's culture and traditions. Mosques stand at the center of nearly every inhabited island, and religious customs continue to shape daily life. Family is one of the strongest values in Maldivian society. Children often grow up surrounded not only by their parents but also by grandparents, relatives, and neighbors who all play an important role in community life. Fishing has been part of Maldivian identity for thousands of years. Long before tourism became the country's largest industry, the ocean provided food, transportation, and livelihoods. Even today, before sunrise, fishermen leave their islands in search of skipjack tuna, one of the Maldives' most important traditional catches. Food also reflects the country's close relationship with the sea. Fresh tuna, grilled reef fish, coconut, rice, tropical fruits, and spicy curries are found on almost every table. Traditional dishes such as mas honey, prepared with shredded tuna, coconut, onion, and chili, remain a favorite breakfast across the islands. Music and celebrations continue to play an important role as well. One of the most famous traditional performances is Bodu Beru, where large drums create powerful rhythms that bring entire communities together during festivals and celebrations. The music begins slowly before building into an energetic performance that often lasts late into the evening. Although modern life has reached the Maldives, the people have managed to preserve a deep connection with the ocean, their traditions, and their island way of life. Perhaps that is what makes the Maldives truly unforgettable. It is not only the beauty of its beaches, but the warmth of the people who call these islands home. For millions of people around the world, the Maldives is more than just a holiday destination. It is a dream, a place where every morning begins with the sound of gentle waves, and every evening ends beneath one of the most breathtaking sunsets on Earth. Tourism in the Maldives began to grow in the early 1970s. At that time, very few people had even heard of these islands. But as travelers discovered their extraordinary beauty, the Maldives quickly became one of the world's most famous tropical destinations. Today, the country welcomes well over 2 million international visitors every year, making tourism the backbone of the Maldivian economy. What makes the Maldives truly unique is its famous one island, one resort concept. Unlike most beach destinations, many luxury resorts occupy an entire private island. Each one has its own beaches, restaurants, villas, spas, diving centers, and even marine conservation programs. This creates an atmosphere of complete privacy and tranquility that few places in the world can offer. The overwater villas have become the global symbol of the Maldives. Built on wooden stilts above crystal-clear lagoons, they allow guests to wake up surrounded by nothing but the endless Indian Ocean. Many feature private infinity pools, glass floors that reveal colorful fish swimming below, and terraces where visitors can watch dolphins passing by at sunrise or enjoy dinner beneath a sky filled with stars. But luxury is only one part of the Maldivian experience. Visitors can snorkel through vibrant coral gardens, dive alongside manta rays and whale sharks, sail between tiny islands at sunset, visit local fishing villages, or spend an entire day on an uninhabited island where the only sounds are waves and seabirds. The Maldives has also become one of the world's most popular destinations for honeymooners, photographers, and underwater explorers. Every island offers a slightly different experience, making no two visits exactly the same. Yet behind all this beauty lies an important responsibility. The country's future depends on protecting its coral reefs, marine life, and fragile ecosystems. Because without a healthy ocean, the paradise that millions dream of would no longer exist. For a country surrounded by endless ocean, the Maldives has learned that its greatest strength is also its greatest vulnerability. Unlike nations rich in oil, minerals, or vast farmland, the Maldives built its economy around the sea. Today, tourism and fisheries are the two pillars that support the country. Together, they provide most of the nation's income, create thousands of jobs, and connect these remote islands to the global economy. Fishing has sustained Maldivian communities for centuries. Even today, the Maldives is internationally recognized for its traditional pole and line tuna fishing, a sustainable method that helps protect fish populations while reducing damage to marine ecosystems. Maldivian tuna is exported to markets across Europe and Asia, making it one of the country's most valuable products. But despite its success, the Maldives faces challenges that few other nations experience. Because the country consists of hundreds of small islands, almost everything, from fuel and construction materials to food and everyday goods, must be transported across the ocean. This makes the Maldives highly dependent on international trade and global supply chains. Yet the greatest challenge of all is climate change. With an average natural elevation of only about 1.5 meters above sea level, the Maldives is the lowest lying country on Earth. Rising sea levels, stronger storms, coastal erosion, and coral bleaching threaten both the environment and the lives of future generations. To face these challenges, the Maldives has invested in coastal protection projects, artificial island development, renewable energy initiatives, and marine conservation programs. One of the most ambitious projects is Hulumale, a reclaimed island designed to provide safer land for future generations. Today, the Maldives is also one of the strongest voices calling for global climate action. Because for this island nation, protecting the environment is not simply a choice. It is a matter of survival. As the sun slowly disappears beyond the endless horizon of the Indian Ocean, the Maldives becomes quieter. The last rays of light dance across the calm lagoons. Palm trees sway gently in the evening breeze, Fishing boats return home after another day at sea, and beneath the surface, thousands of marine creatures continue their lives in silence. At first glance, the Maldives may seem like nothing more than a collection of beautiful islands. A place of luxury resorts, white beaches, and crystal clear water. But after discovering its history, its people, its coral reefs, and the incredible ocean that surrounds it, you realize the Maldives is much more than a tropical paradise. It is a country created by nature over millions of years, a nation whose history has always been connected to the sea, a place where people learn to live with the ocean instead of trying to conquer it. Today, the Maldives reminds the world that true wealth is not measured by skyscrapers or vast territories. Sometimes, the greatest treasures are living coral reefs, healthy oceans, and communities that protect them. Yet this paradise also reminds us how fragile our planet truly is. The rising sea, the warming oceans, and the disappearance of coral reefs are not challenges facing only the Maldives. They are challenges that belong to all of humanity. Because if one of the world's most beautiful places can disappear, no place is beyond change. Perhaps that is the greatest lesson the Maldives gives us. Nature is not something we inherited from the past. It is something we borrow from the future, and protecting it is the responsibility of every generation. When you finally leave these islands, you will remember the turquoise lagoons, the white beaches, the manta rays gliding through crystal clear water, and the endless horizon where the ocean meets the sky. But more than anything, you will remember a country that proved something extraordinary, that even the smallest nations can leave the biggest impression on the world. This is the Maldives. Thank you for watching.